Just going back to the absentees for Hull FC, Josh Bowden and Chris Green, of course, have yet to play this season. Hull's last Super League win in Perpignan came in February 2016. 7 tries they scored on that occasion. Fatuli Talanoa got 2 of them, and sadly his career has come to an end because of injury. Hull will be hoping they can hit those heights again as the game gets underway in Perpignan. I should say Chris Kendall is the referee for this one. Scott Nikolauskas is the video ref.
Wait, Mark, wait.
And it's crucial that Hull FC get off to a good start here and do not let the Catalan Dragons get on a roll. The one thing I suppose that Hull will look at is that Catalan have not been that prolific in terms of point scoring this season. Fuad Yaha has only, with 5 tries, is their top scorer. 4 of those came in one game, so they haven't really put anybody to the sword yet, the Catalan Dragons.
No, the Dragons, obviously, their route is route 1, as we see a little bit of a line break, almost a line break on the edge. The Dragons look to run through teams. Remy Castile leading the charge, as he does so many times. Route 1, middle channel, and they keep it very basic and very simple.
Go, fine, that's okay. Elrix, give 10.
The kick hoisted by Lucas Albert. The ball has been dropped, and Griffin will go back to retrieve it. And that's a knock-on. Let's see which way Chris Kendall is going to award head and feet. I think Faraimo has knocked that ball on.
I'm not sure whether it's the first player who comes in, Samasoni Langi, who knocks it forward.
Just having a look, Barry, because I'm sure I saw Dean Headley out on the field there a moment ago. Now, we're still trying to confirm whether that is the case. Surely not.
And it looks like it's head and feet to the Catalan Dragons, so
10 seconds, let's go,
they'll
boys.
get a first look at the line.
Shot clock off, ball in, out.
Albert feeds the scrum then for the Catalan Dragons. And they're right in front of the post, Catalan, immediately putting the pressure on.
Move, Danny, get square. Wait, go, 1.
And Alrix da Costa serves it up to Busquet, who is on the charge.
Dean Hadley in again, the number 11. There must have been
2 markers,
a bit of a late change for the Hull FC side. So many injuries, so many changes. Lee Radford's side really up against it.
Well, here is Sam Moa now. They are up against it now, that's for sure.
Go free.
Right on that try line. Tompkins a little pass.
4.
Julien takes the tackle.
Mark.
4 gone.
Go 4.
Joe Westerman is the man who's dropped out, apparently. And Headley has come in.
5.
That is a late call.
Go 5.
For Hull FC. Even more problems. Albert puts the kick in, it ricochets back to him, and it's back to 6, says the referee. He's wiped the tackle count clean. Real problems here, but that's a let-off for them because the Catalan Dragons have made a hash of that, and Hull survive.
Well, Lucas Albert, playing as a half-back for the first time this year, ends up putting a kick at legs and feet close to the line. The likely outcome is there will be a ricochet somewhere along the line. There you see Dean Hadley just behind Gareth Ellis. And there was a little bit of a fumble. Mistake made by Lang. It gives possession back to Hull FC.
I'll tell you when, 10 seconds. Heads in. Shot clock off.
So head and feed to Hull FC. And they'll be relieved to be bringing the ball away after coming under pressure early on. What a change in conditions it is in Perpignan. Last Saturday, the rain was falling down. It was real wet weather rugby league. Jake Connery's out there. Good to see him back for Hull FC after his lengthy absence.
Important player for the Black and Whites. Jake Connor, an unpredictable player. He has the X factor to unpick this game.
Okay, through.
And Hull sweeping the ball, giving some width out wide. As Minicello takes the tackle. 4 gone, just inside their own territory. And then good scampering run from Connor Wynn. And they're on a bit of a roll here now. And then the kick is drilled downfield. And
0.
Just a
in the middle.
Brief loss of pictures. Apologies for that.
0.
That Catalan Dragons who get the ball
0.
quite close to their own line now.
Wait.
Again, they'll go back to that
Go.
route one,
Well
keeping
done,
it
Danny.
close, big men tight to the ruck.
First, move, get square. Wait,
So
Gareth.
that ball going dead.
Go, 2.
And
Is that 1, yeah?
Catalan have it back.
Yeah.
Apologies for the
2.
brief loss
Move.
of pictures there. I
Wait.
was just saying it
Wait.
was pouring
Go,
with rain
2.
last week, and this
Gareth,
pitch
quick in the
apparently is
ropes.
very rutted and dug up as a consequence of that. Certainly that
Third, move,
left-hand
Danny.
corner
Wait.
Catalan are defending,
3.
because that cut up really badly last week.
Nice footwork. He has a lovely right foot step. Lucas
4.
Albert really
Move
challenges the
now.
defenders, looking
Wait,
to go
wait.
back inside at
Go,
some of those
4.
big players. And the Catalan Dragons, who do use this ground to train on during the week.
Oh, Tompkins with a little dummy. Tompkins cuts through, and Gigot under the posts. First try of the game, and this combination that is starting to bear fruit for the Catalan Dragons strikes again. Tompkins and Gigot. And Tony Gigot linking up with the star signing for the Catalan Dragons.
Lovely stuff from Sam Tompkins there. You just see him get on the outside of Sika Manu, almost grasping at thin air, and he gets the pass off the eventual try scorer. Tony Gigot passes the ball, stays in motion, backs up on the inside, and don't they look a more comfortable side? As we see Robert Elston in the stands having a word with Bernard Gouache. Bernard will be delighted to see his side get the first try.
Tony Gigot, try scorer against St Helens last week, on the scoreboard again. And has a habit of scoring against Hull. Does Gigot? He got 3 in the games against FC last year. And Sam Tompkins has been impressive so far for his new club. He seems to be getting better week by week, does Tompkins. He's kicking the goals as well. That's his 22nd in Catalan colours.
Well, there isn't too much wrong with giving your best player more chances to hold the ball, more chances to run with the ball, and more chances to create, and that's exactly what he's done. I like the look of him at standoff, scrum half.
Matt, wait.
Being involved more in the action gives him a greater influence on the match, and Johnny Gigot, without the responsibility, that frees him up to be the maverick that he is.
Surrender!
So Catalan get the first points of the game. It's quite a windy game, a windy day rather, in Perpignan by the look of things.
2.
But I wouldn't say it's too unpleasant really to be watching your rugby league, especially if you've travelled all the way from Hull, as a number of supporters have been making their presence heard pre-game.
Well, plenty have made the trip, and Hull notoriously travel well.
4.
And they'll have been sampling some of the wares in the town in Perpignan and making as you say, making their songs heard and raising the atmosphere. Good carry from Remy Castille.
The team need their support now, because it could be a long afternoon. I know it's early days yet, but the fact that Dean Hadley is a very late pick for Lee Radford's side just emphasises the problems he's had to contend with ahead of this game. So many players left back at home when they set off this morning. Early doors from Humberside Airport. They're doing it there and back in the day.
Do you know what I said on Thursday, Bill? This period, these 4 games, so hard to predict, because it's almost like a game of chess. Do you show your hand in this week? Do you go hard in those first 2 games? Beautiful offload.
Jake Connor, that's what they need from Jake Connor, making his first appearance since early March when he was injured at Huddersfield. If Connor clicks, then they can trouble this Catalan side, as can this man, Josh Griffin, a scorer of a hat-trick last time out. On the last, the kick is hoisted across field by Sneed. We saw last night for the Saints game against Warrington, you can't let that ball bounce.
No,
Catalan didn't.
Mark Sneed is going to be crucial in this match. We saw in the game against Salford Red Devils last weekend how important these 5 goals and drop goal were for his side. But to pen this big side, get them as far up the field as they can, that's going to be the role of Mark's need, and defensively they'll have to shore up, they'll have to put bodies in front, but if territorially they're making the Dragons work from nearer their own line, it's a little bit safer for them.
Wait, forget.
Alric da Costa on his own 40-metre line. Referee says play on. Catalan appealing for the penalty. Here is Samoa, once a Hull player. Ellis in there with the tackle. 37 years old, Gareth Ellis. He'll be 38 shortly, out of retirement, and having an impact on the former Hull front rower, Samoa, by the look of things. Whitley skirts across field, then tries to straighten up.
Wait.
Ellis named in the front row by Lee Radford. That's the 5th tackle. The ball then with Gigot, who delicately hoists that one towards Faraimo's wing, and he's lost it again. It's gone backwards, fortunately for Hull.
Well, that's the second time they put that kick high, and we saw on the other side, Jack Logan caught the ball over his shoulder, so obviously the conditions, the sun, the wind, going to take an effect. And as you say, there's the high kick, there's the chase. He just about handles it, doesn't he, the winger?
Stolen.
Here's the penalty.
Yeah, Max there. Jake!
No, it's not.
That's when Samoa went down.
That's another replay. Well, Hull FC
good there.
gained the advantage from a penalty, and you talked about the influence of Gareth Ellis. Yes, he's a fantastic athlete, and to still be running about at his age, matching it with people, some of them 10 or 15 years younger than him, that's a mark of the man. But it's his presence, his calming influence over these next 4 games, over the Easter period, keeping your nerve, knowing when to rest and when to work will be crucial.
There he is now, Gareth Ellis.
Benjamin, come on. Wait, go.
Playing the ball about 20 metres out. Connor, short pass from Connor, finds Sika Manu. Oh, the pass didn't stick. The ball goes to ground.
Hang on, Bill.
Connor Wynn might yet have got the try. Chris Kendall, what does he reckon?
I have no try.
Well, he's got no try.
Check who the ball comes off there, possible knock on and then grounding.
And it's a good habit to have for any team and any player. Play to the whistle. Nice ball from Jake Connor short, giving him a one-on-one on Tompkins, even though the second rower, Benjamin Julien, was there. Sika Manu has the fullback. Nice offload. Now, who does it hit? That angle won't tell us much more than it did on the first watch. This is the one that could tell us. Right-handed offload. It's just out of frame. Just out of frame. Now, because it's gone up as no try,
Connor Wynn gets a touch. He gets the ball touched down. Chris Kendall just emphasising what his decision is. But what is that of Scott Michalauskas?
Well, this angle doesn't tell us much. Somebody touches it because it propels forward. It's gone up as no try, so it's hard on the evidence that we've seen to overturn that, and that's the decision made by Michalauskas.
Shot clock on.
But a nice probing run, re-emphasising how important Jake Connor will be for Hull over on that right side. Nice duel with Sam Tompkins and the mercurial Jake Connor. It's a highlight of this afternoon we'll watch.
But 18-year-old Connor Wynn, very close to getting Hull on the scoreboard there. Just maybe if he'd made a stronger claim.
Yeah, they've retreated.
Yeah, you never know sometimes. The honest players get up, and you can tell with their facial expressions that they're not so sure. Good hit from Gareth Ellis.
There's life in the old dog yet.
We get Matt, go. He's shot in your own team.
Huge hit from Ellis. Sets the tempo for the set of 6.
Jake. Wait up.
That's what you need.
No, go free. Just get to your feet.
And Julien Bousquet, he's stopped as well. He offloads. The referee says, hang on a minute, I called held.
Loves that offload. Loves that offload, Julien Bousquet, over the top.
Wait.
To the waiting Alric da Costa, but the referee had already called the tackle complete.
Is Remy Casti, just inside his own half, is the Catalan Dragons captain. Ever present this season.
Last tackle.
And Tompkins.
Play that.
The ball's played out, he says, and Josh Griffin, just for a heartbeat of a moment there, he thought he'd seen a gap and was ready to exploit it, but Hull responding strongly to that early try for the Catalan Dragons. Scored by Tony Gigo, converted by Sam Tompkins, created by Sam Tompkins as well.
Go third. Dean,
they're in a good position as well, Hull FC. Jordan Thompson.
Move, Sam, come on, hands off that ball. Go,
back in the side, having missed the victory at Salford last time out. Thompson plays the ball. Short pass. About 10 metres out. Referee calls held as Minicello plays the ball. Sneed, he will kick cross field again. The pressure on at the back. The ball is batted down. And Connor Wynne, the tackle count's been wiped clean.
6 more tackles here. Good kick, good chase, and a mistake made by the Dragons.
Play the ball.
Tumavave trying to burrow his way through. Runs into the formidable frame of Sam Moa. Danny Houghton just makes room to get the pass away. Griffin, if he could get that pass to Faraimo, but he couldn't. He was quickly closed down by Tierney. Win now. Sneed. Here is Ellis. Ellis! I beg your pardon, it's Dean Hadley. Runs into Sam Moa. Moa with blood streaming down a cut from his eye. But Hull coming forward. Connor Wynne now. And Wynne. That's a high tackle from Tompkins. There's a player down in back play as well. All sorts going on here.
A couple of really heavy challenges then. I think Braden Williami is the offender on that particular challenge there, and Sam Tompkins ends up around the head area after that. Comes in, hits Jake Connor. That's a full-blooded challenge, shoulder challenge at best, both feet off the ground at worst.
Is that a red card?
Well, I guess the referee will have a look at the damage done to Jake Connor. There's definitely contact with the head, so you'd assume it's going to be at the very least a yellow card.
I think in the background, and that happened right under the noses of the Hull FC supporters. We can hear them making their views of that incident heard and what should happen to Braden Williami. That looks worse.
Well, it makes it look worse because both feet of Braden Williami are off the floor at the point of contact. You see, he's got no control over his direction. It looks bad because the head jolts back, but as you can see, Jake Connor, thankfully, is up. There's no damage done to him.
Braden.
And we'll wait and see what Chris Kendall sees fit to deal with it.
Well, he's called Remy Casti over as well.
The ball, he's using the shoulder. He's going for 10 minutes.
And it's sin bin, and Braden Williami could be a lucky man.
I think he's very lucky, but what I also think is the Catalan Dragons have identified Jake Connor. Understandably, they've said, when this guy has the ball, let's get up quick, let's take his time off him. And that rash decision to come in, it's an ugly tackle.
See Sam Moa leaving the field as well, presumably for treatment to that cut. So it has been a lively start to this game. Catalan ahead, but Hull responding strongly. And led by this man, Gareth Ellis.
And Greg Bird is on the field for the Catalan Dragons. He'll calm things down.
There's 72 years of age between them. Here is Connor again. They really are keeping a close eye on him. Casti and Tompkins with the tackle. Ellis once more. Houghton loops the ball over the top to Griffin. Griffin finds a bit of space. Can't exploit it fully, but takes his side closer to that Catalan try line. Sneed. 4 tackles gone. They're right in front of the posts. Headley it is, playing the ball. Sneed, he'll chip the kick up into the air. Tierney bats it backwards, and Samisoni Lang is first to the ball for the Dragons.
That's the 3rd occasion that Mark Sneed has taken control. Put the ball high, testing both wingers. I thought we were going to see Fuad Yaha get every single high kick to the corner, but he goes over to the other side, testing Lewis Tierney. Nice touches from Mark Sneed early on. Jake Connor heavily involved. So in the halves for the black and whites, in those early exchanges, 16 minutes, those half-backs coming to the fore.
But it has been a good response from Hull.
Ruiz, 5.
I think you picked it as soon as the score went over from...
He's offside, mate.
Oh, that's a ridiculous penalty to give away. There's the kick that goes up to the corner. Lewis Tierney, arms outstretched, loses the battle with his opposite winger.
Offside, Sam.
But since the try has gone against them, they've had a really good couple of sets. They've defended really well. They've got over the try line, not got the try, of course, but they've played a lot of the game to our left, which is positionally, that's where they want to spend most of the time. Here we go. Marker not in the right position, and that's one of those penalties. He knows exactly what he's doing. Nothing wrong with a penalty. He's not against the rules. It just doesn't look very nice.
Catalan have won 3 of their last 4 matches. Most recent scalp, of course, St Helens on this ground. On their day, they can be very good. When they're not on form, they can be awful. And Alrix da Costa has got another try, I think, for the Catalan Dragons. The referee is not certain whether the hooker has got that ball down.
Got a try.
He reckons it's a try. Did Alrix da Costa ground that ball for his first try of the season?
Well, there were cries from the Hull FC players. I think Minicello most vocally saying there was a knock-on. It's hard to disagree with him, and he has the best vantage point. The player in the number 12 shirt. He gets down low, Alrix da Costa. He gets over the line. Does he lose it? On that occasion, on that view, should I say, is there sufficient evidence to overturn, using the terminology correct for this situation, is there sufficient evidence to overturn the decision? I would say yes. I would say there's a knock on there.
Yeah.
Scott Michalauskas is the man whose decision counts here, the video ref. Have Catalan got a second try? No.
No try.
Da Costa adjudged to have lost that ball under pressure.
Lost it in goal. No, mate.
And that's a let-off, and that's good work from Hull to deny him.
You have to say, as we're approaching 18 minutes there, they don't look like a beaten side. When you read the team sheet, there's quite a few players in unfamiliar positions, but those experienced players like Gareth Ellis and the halfbacks on show today, taking control and leading this team forward.
So just the try and goal in it.
Ruiz, 1. Wait, go 1. No.
And Hull just crossing the halfway line. Here is Minicello.
2.
2 tackles gone.
Go 2.
Houghton. Hadley.
Fine.
Jake Connor. Connor loops the ball out wide. Logan, though, stretching for it. Never had a hope, really, of getting to that ball.
Shot clock on.
Nice shave.
Remy.
And he has a number of options available to him, Jake Connor.
You've got to give them
Everybody's in the right position. Everybody looked like they were available to receive that ball, and it just drifts over the island. A couple of changes made by Lee Radford now.
Busy Easter, of course, coming up, and we'll start our coverage with the tribute to Eddie Hemmings, who's hanging the microphone up, of course, very shortly. The voice of rugby league on Thursday at 6:45 on Sky Sports Arena. And then the action starts. Castleford against Wakefield on Thursday at 7:30 on Arena. And we'll see Hull FC in the derby against Hull Kingston Rovers on Good Friday, 12:40 p.m. on Arena for that. Eddie's last game, that of head of rugby league as well, Neville Smith, on Good Friday at 2:45 as Wigan hosts St Helens. That's on Arena. And the last game of the Easter weekend sees the Catalan Dragons host the Castleford Tigers. 5 o'clock on Easter Monday evening on Sky Sports Action for that one. Whoa, it's going to be a busy few days for all concerned. Greg Bird plays that ball. There's a Hull FC player in the ruck. There's the penalty. I think it'll be 2 points.
I wouldn't be surprised, Bill. It's been quite a testing period for the Dragons.
Boys,
Hull FC had a good look at the try line of the Dragons. And a defender on the wrong side of play the ball. Greg Bird plays it. It hits one of the Hull FC defenders. A box standard, straightforward decision for the referee to make. And an interesting decision for Catalan Dragons, choosing to get a bit of air back in the lungs. A bit more
10 metres, guys.
energy in those legs of the Dragons players. And there you can see Benjamin Garcia just warming up on the sideline. It's been a frenetic 20 minutes or so for the home side.
Stay behind, Fuad.
6 out for Garcia. His return is a welcome one. Of course, Michael McAlorum is still absent. David Mead was named in the Catalan Dragons squad for this game, but Steve McNamara deciding not to risk him ahead of this game. Hull have not lost away from the city of Hull this season. Their only away defeat was just down the road at Hull Kingston Rovers, and that was just in the final seconds of the game as Tompkins slots home that penalty. 8-0, Catalan Dragons lead.
Sam Tompkins and the Catalan Dragons side will be pleased that during that period where Hull FC had the ascendancy, no points were scored against them. The ebbs and flows and the seesaw nature of rugby league will mean that at some point you're going to have to defend, at some point you'll have the lion's share of possession. It's how you deal with those phases.
Here is Benjamin Julien picking up the restart for the Catalan Dragons.
Please. Wait, go on. Off that ball, Seeker.
And Bousquet
2. Move, Danny.
making his third start
Go 2, well done.
of the season. He's normally, of course, coming off the bench, Bousquet, but Mikel Simon still out injured. Here is Greg Bird now. Bird bustling his way through the middle, finds Gigot. The numbers are there for Hull FC, though, to stop the progress of Tony Gigot. Referee says, get your feet, so Gigot does. Lucas Albert loops a pass out wide, too strong. Lewis Tierney just stretching for that one. Pat on the head from Samisoni Langi, chance gone.
Good work from the middlemen. It's a loose offload from Lucas Albert. A little bit too far in front of Lewis Tierney, but lovely stuff from Julien Bousquet. Greg Bird getting involved, some nice offloads. That middle channel, those big players, at some point, it will start to take advantage. There's Greg Bird and Tony Gigot, who makes a habit of that consistently throughout the game. Off the shoulders of those big offloading players. Braden Williami getting ready to come back on.
Yes, Catalan have survived while Williami has been in the sin bin.
2, move,
After that,
go 2.
Late, high tackle on Jake Connor. Here is Minicello.
3, go 3.
Houghton, Sneed.
Fine, 3.
There is Connor. Connor gives it to Tuimavave.
Still 3.
Julien,
4, move,
Bird
Benjamin.
and Tompkins making the tackle.
Wait, go 4.
Tuimavave struggling to get to his feet. It's on to Levi Nzongu, making his debut, the 21-year-old. Been impressing in the reserves as Nzongu, and here's the impressive Josh Griffin, but the ball back on the inside is knocked on. Sneed protesting that it was a Catalan hand in there.
Well, a nice charge forward, gave the space to Mark Sneed, and you can just see that extra step from Josh Griffin. If he passes that ball half a step earlier inside, then that could well have been on a line break.
It was forward as well, I think, wasn't it?
Mark Minicello goes down. Those old knees and ankles of his, taking some hammer over the years.
Making his 120th Hull appearance. He won't admit to the old knees and ankles. He's still going, no indication that he's ready to hang his boots up yet. Made his debut, he's in his 18th professional season.
He's 37 years of age. When we were discussing it before the start of this game, I couldn't believe that Mark Minicello and Gareth Ellis were the same age.
16.
I couldn't believe it. Obviously they are.
You mean Mark Minicello is worn a bit better?
trying to think of the
Tom
right way
Macomb.
to say
Okay,
it.
Matt.
Good mate of mine, Gaz Ellis,
No,
so I wouldn't want to offend him, especially when you watch him go about his business on a rugby league field. I think that's Jack Brown on as well now for the black and whites. There he is, number 37.
Well, Jack Brown is 18 years of age.
Move, Levy!
And Gareth Ellis
Hold.
made his Super League
Go,
debut
that's
for
fine.
Wakefield the year before Jack Brown was born. Here is Julian Bousquet rumbling up the middle of the
it's a big
field, a
one.
pass back on the inside,
It's a big one.
straight into the hands of Jake Connor, and Hull FC say thank you very much. Jack Logan brings the ball away.
We're going to
Wait.
see that a lot, Bill,
Go on.
around about the middle, because of the size difference. The forwards, those big forwards like Bousquet, and we haven't seen Sam Cassiano on the
Go
field
to.
yet. They're going to break the line around about the middle. It's whether they choose to throw a loose offload, a risky
Two eyes
offload,
on.
as we see a
Tackle
penalty
one, then this.
towards the Dragons. Nice there, nice work. He thinks he can get this ball to Sam Tompkins, who's probably giving him a shout.
High from Tompkins.
Yeah, Tompkins ducks down. Sikamanu, he ducks down a little bit further, and there's a high tackle.
Useful penalty for Hull FC then, pushing Catalan all the way back. There is Michael McAlorum standing alongside Ben Garcia on the side. Now then, Levy and Zongu, once of Toulouse Olympique. And Minicello, Griffin. They're really trying to get Griffin free, not surprising given his form, a hat-trick last time out for Josh Griffin. Minicello skirting his way across the field, then looking to link up with Hadley. Hadley, can he get the pass away? No, Julian wraps him up.
Go line.
But they've got plenty of tackles in this set of
Benjamin,
six.
not square.
Connor, short ball from Connor.
Third. Move. Hold. Go
Tumavavi is stopped just short. And so is Connor Wynn. He's driven back.
Good instinct from the fullback there. His body angle was probably a little bit too high.
And he's got no respect for his elders either.
Absolutely.
Just a shove with Sam Tompkins. He's burst through the middle as Jack Brown. And what a debut try it is for 18-year-old Jack Brown. Just on the field, the former City of Hull Academy product has got their first try of the game.
Well, fantastic work from the young fellas. Connor Wynn over on the right-hand side for Hull FC, attracts 2 or 3 defenders, and there's a little bit of pushing and shoving between him and Sam Tompkins. And while everybody's focused on the pushing and shoving and on the aggro, Jake Connor, who has 3 players and a little bit more action out the back with Danny Houghton in motion, just chooses the short ball, flat pass to an on-rushing Jack Brown. What a delightful debut. First game, first try. This is easy, this first team stuff.
Matt.
18 years of age and making his debut against one of the biggest packs in Super League. But Jack Brown has already made an impact. And Sneed will improve this. 8-6 in Perpignan.
Well, those delighted Hull FC fans, what a moment for the young man to score right in front of that away stand. He knows as soon as he breaks the line, puts the ball down, celebrates with his teammates. I would retrace that all the way back to Lucas Albert's pass. He has 2-3 players outside of him, and he has to learn that he doesn't have to thread the needle every single time. Sometimes the best option is the most simple one, and that's the one that Jake Connor used on his short pass to Jack Brown.
Hull have been threatening that, but you didn't think it was going to be an 18-year-old off the bench who was going to get their first try of the game. Here's another debutant off the bench, Levy Nzongu.
Albert Kelly on for Hull FC as well now. So Lee Radford changing it up.
Move, Sam!
Only 8-6 the scoreline, and that's around about where the teams are. You'd put Catalan Dragons just in front for the line breaks that they've made, but what a character being shown by the Hull FC team.
Move! 4.
Hadley, the man who got the late call into the side. Bird, just a little nudge. Years of experience going into that. still gets caught.
Well, this is the undoing of Catalan Dragons on a lot of occasions. Indiscipline, those rash decisions. Julian Bousquet breaks the line. He tries to find an offload to a player probably 4 or 5 metres away.
Wait, time off.
If they play at their best and Hull FC play at their best, then the Dragons win this game. But you're never sure what you're going to get from the Dragons.
Well, that's right. We've seen them blow hot and cold this season. Hot against St Helens last time out. But they've been cold at times. Here's Kelly. Kelly for Tuimavave cutting back in field. And Hull have the scent of something special here. Maybe some more points. Here is Jack Brown again.
Move! Ulrich! Back, Matt.
2 tackles gone.
Go to.
Plenty in the bag for FC. Kelly, little step through and the pass couldn't find Viliami. It's picked up though. There might yet be a try here, and I think it's Connor Wynn.
Calm yourself down.
It is who's picked up the scraps there, and the Hull fans reckon it's a try.
Well, that's a sensational try against the run of play, even though the black and whites have been under pressure. A couple of consecutive sets of 6 down this end of the field. Albert Kelly fresh on to the field. A show and go. Sam Tompkins buys the dummy on Sika Manu. And young Connor Wynn, he gets his try. Jack Brown gets his try. We only need Levy, Nzongu to get over, and all the kids are having a party.
The try given to Connor Wynn, and Hull have gone into the lead. Unbelievable. What a response this is to adversity from
1 minute.
Hull FC. And Sneed with the conversion attempt to extend this Hull advantage. The crowd at the Gilbert Brutus absolutely stunned by this turnaround. Sneed on target.
Turner.
Well, Hull FC,
That one is clear. It's a clear
they
try.
are in dreamland at the minute. On the front foot, Albert Kelly fresh on the field. Throws the speculative offload. And because the fullback is in that vicinity, he picks it up and gets the black and whites in front. 12-8, wow.
They're behind.
And it's Catalans in discipline again. I mean, it goes back to that Greg Bird penalty.
They've had all the possession and the majority of the field position.
Move! 1, go on.
8-12 then in Perpignan, the scoreline. Half an hour of the game gone. Here is Beretta
2,
for Imo.
move, Greg! Hold, go to.
And the away day specialists in Super League this season,
3,
Hull FC, are at it again.
Matt.
Long way to go, of course. And a pretty slender advantage they've got. But they are really rising to the occasion of these youngsters. And Zongo is told to go back and play that ball.
Okay,
There's a few defenders around his ankles, thinks he can carry on with that. We see a good shot of Sam Cassiano. Steve McNamara sent the big man on to try and halt the ascendancy that Hull FC are in.
Albert Kelly passes to Mark Sneed, who thumps the kick downfield. It's a great kick right into the corner, and Tierney gathers it there, then sets off back infield, but he's on his 10-metre line when he's tackled.
Well, that's a beauty of a kick, that. He makes the ball bounce back infield. And he thinks at the very worst he's going to try and keep it in the in-goal, force another set of 6. It bounces into the hand of Tierney and forces the winger to take control of it. And the Dragons through Lewis Tierney, working away now.
Go free. Seeker, quick in the ruck.
Here is Cassiano now.
4.
6'4".
Move, Danny.
19 stones and a bit.
Okay, now, 5. Move.
Sam Moa back on the field. That cut on his forehead, strapped up. Tompkins launches a high kick. Faraimo this time is solid underneath that one.
Surrender.
And Hull will try and bring this ball away.
Stand, Matt.
NRL action to look forward to on Sunday morning, 9:05 on Sky Sports Arena for Canberra against the Parramatta Eels.
Stand! Go, two.
We're in Perpignan for this one.
Third.
Here is Albert Kelly for Hull FC.
Play on, he's kept hold. Samuel square!
To Mavavi.
4.
And
Move.
Chris Kendall just
Hold.
doing well there, just
Go
warning Sam
Well
Moa
done,
to
Sam, good reaction.
stay out of things because
5.
he wasn't standing
Move,
square.
Jason! Back. Go 5.
And Hull FC will be looking to just keep this under control as
5.
half-time approaches.
Outside.
And the kick drilled downfield.
10.
Another good kick. What
Oh,
they
okay,
did is they
play on.
passed that ball. What they're trying not to do is let the wingers, the
Surrender!
fullback, go too deep, and by passing the ball along the line on the
Stand!
5th tackle, he
Go
keeps
on.
those wingers in position or not allowing them to go too far back. So when the kick goes in,
2. Move,
a little bit
mate.
of scramble from the Dragons. The crowd's starting to get on the back of the referee now. They want a penalty.
Samisoni Langi,
Third.
he's had a quiet game so far
Movement.
as
Go
the
free.
centre.
Had a lot of defending to do. He's marking Josh Griffin, who, as you said, got a hat-trick
4.
last week.
Move,
A
dude.
destructive runner of the
Hold.
ball. He's in at
Go
the,
for, well done,
the
Danny.
play the ball at marker. That looked forward as well.
Did look forward. It was Busquet who was on the receiving end. Here goes Bird.
Obstruction.
And Bird kicks the ball away in frustration
It's an
because I think
obstruction,
that's probably about the
an obstruction.
third time that's happened to Greg Bird this season.
Well, that's an obstruction.
Yeah, time's off.
And that's a poor reaction from a very experienced player.
He's in the line, Greg.
You can just have a look
He's
here
in the
now.
line and he can't get across. Greg, that's the decision, mate. I've explained it to you, Greg. That's enough now.
There's
Penalty.
no question, no qualms about that refereeing decision, but Steve McNamara knows what he's dealing with Greg Bird. Such a passionate player, such an influential
Stand back
member
on.
of this Catalan side. If he loses his temper, if he loses his cool, then that could then feed over and drip
Back,
into the
back
rest
up,
of the
back up,
players.
back
He
up.
needs to be composed.
Wait, back. Okay,
Another
let's go.
Hull penalty. They profited from the last one. So what can they make of this one?
Move, Sam!
Gareth
Hold.
Ellis has returned
Hold. Go on.
to the fray.
Fine, on.
And here is Sneed. And here is Gareth Ellis.
Held!
He is
Move,
held,
2.
says the
Go,
referee. Jason Baitieri out there. Griffin bounces away from the first. Still going, Josh Griffin. He's tackled just short of the line. It was Gigo with the tackle. Jake Connor
That pick up all right.
loops the ball to Sneed. Sneed puts a little grubber kick in. Kelly is trying to get there, but
I've got goal line
can't.
drop out.
And it's a
Time off.
goal line
Scott,
dropout.
can you just check Kelly doesn't knock on as well?
Well, we've seen
I've
that
got
many
goal line
times,
drop
haven't
out.
we? 6 and 7 in synergy. Mark Sneed goes across the field, dragging the defenders up towards him, and he puts it into the general area where he wants Albert Kelly to be. The referee just checking that it's not Albert Kelly that forces it over the sideline with a knock on.
It's getting checked.
He's checking it.
Yeah, we're getting
Albert
checked.
Kelly. Is
Okay,
it
Scott.
Tompkins or Kelly
Yeah, it's
that
no,
gets a
we're getting
touch
checked,
on
Sam.
it?
Yeah.
It's Sam's hand there.
I
isn't
would
it, just
say
coming
it's Sam
through.
Yeah, goal line
Tompkins.
drop out,
The
Sam.
post pad
Okay,
isn't
let's go.
doing us any favours, but the referee
Time back on.
and video ref are happy with it.
So a goal line dropout. Hull will settle for that. Half-time approaching. From 8-0 down, they lead 12-8.
Move, Sam! Hold.
This patched up
Hold.
FC
Go on.
side
Sam, square up at marker. Dominant.
with
Play on, play on,
Danny
play on.
Houghton in possession.
Go on.
Gareth Ellis, Griffin, Jake Connor
Move!
roaming around the field, threatening. The penalty comes Hull's way. Now then, will Sneed look to go for the 2 points?
Well, it's a great question, Bill. Do you keep the ball in hand?
No.
No.
Discipline now.
They're having
goal line,
joy, aren't
discipline.
they? There you see. And I think this just about sums up the game. Big men dealing with those young players. And we've got a try.
It's a try. It's Griffin. It's Josh Griffin from the penalty. And Hull FC extend their lead, literally from the restart. Tap. Bosch.
Well, we've seen that for years and years and years under Lee Radford. His side consistently will look at that short side play, bodies in motion, players moving around, and it's all depending on somebody clocking off. Somebody thinking to themselves, well, I've read the script for this player. What's going to happen is it's going to go open. A big man's going to set at centre field position. There's the penalty in Jake Connor. But what Lee Radford's side will do is we'll hope that somebody's not thinking. Hope that somebody's not ready. And that's exactly what happens on that occasion. Great try from Griffin.
I think it was Samisoni Langi who just had a little nibble at the ankles then.
All it needs is you to be almost drifting away, looking at midfield, thinking to yourself, right, well, look at the clock, how much longer have we got left? When will our next be involved? And then, bang, it comes back at you. Josh Griffin is too hard to handle that close to the line.
Sneed, 2 conversions or 2 successes with the boot already to his name. And there's another one. And those Hull supporters delighted. That end of the field, jubilant.
Well, you look at what's happening here. He steps open, all his body angle and body position is looking like it's going towards the sticks. Midfield, steps off that right foot. And as we say, mark my words, there are players in motion there. But put that down to Lee Radford. Good game plan and good execution from the players.
Hull ahead, 18-8 in Perpignan, in the sunshine. This man, Jack Brown, this boy, one of their try scorers.
He's a baby, Bill. 18 years of age. He's a baby. And what he's managed to do is hold his own so far with some very big men. And I was making the point when the offload came before the try was scored. That typifies what's happened in this game. Those kids have gone in with no fear. And the big bad wolves in the Catalan shirts, the big men, are trying to use that physicality, but the enthusiasm of the kids is just nudging the team in front at the minute.
Sicamano this time is stopped by Braden Williami, who spent 10 minutes in the sin bin already in this game. And here is Carlos Twimavave. Sneed loops a pass wide and finds Ferramo eventually, and Beretta Ferramo only knows one way. None of your fancy sidestepping stuff. He'll try and go straight over the top, but comes up with the mistake. And Catalan will counter with Greg Bird, and Bird bursting through the middle, loops a pass back to Tompkins. Tompkins gathers. Catalan still going. Fuad Yaha, can he keep it going? No, eventually Tompkins will have to say, hang on a minute, come on, let's get a grip here. Second half action coming up in Perpignan. It could be a lively second half because the Catalan Dragons have got to respond. They trail at the break by 18 points to 8 against this Hull FC side who have really risen to the occasion in the face of adversity. You see Dean Hadley just coming out at the front there of this group of Hull players. Don't think he was in the 19, was he?
No, and you have to say that Hull FC and the players, when they were leaving the changing rooms, they were pleased with their first 40 minutes work. Why wouldn't it be? And that changing room would have been a confident one. Lee Radford would have said, listen boys, we're in it. All we've got to do is keep doing what we're doing to them, keep turning the Dragons around and watch the Dragons team implode.
Yeah, just signs of frustration towards the end of that first half from the Catalan Dragons, because it looked, when they went in for that early try from Gigot and Tompkins converted, it looked as though they might be able to make hay in the sunshine in Perpignan, but not so, because the Hull FC side responded superbly.
Move some, get square.
And this is, sorry Barry.
And if we're trying to guess what Steve McNamara would have said to his team at half-time, he'd have said, listen boys, let's go back. Think about the way we practice, get back to plan A. I certainly don't think they expected this Hull FC side, inexperienced bench and all, to come out and test and challenge them in the way that they've done. So expect players like Gigot, Tompkins, Samoa to step forward, lead this team,
4.
and try and grind their way back into the game.
Well
Jack
done,
Brown,
Lucas.
18
4.
years of age, one of the try scorers for Hull FC in this game. Connor Wynne, 18 years of age at full-back, another of their try scorers. Josh Griffin, the other try scorer. Mark Sneed
Go 5.
with 3 conversions
40.
from the kicking tee.
Give 10. Give 10. All onside, play on.
Here is Fouad Yaha running this ball back. Hasn't really had an opportunity to make an impact
Ruiz, 1.
on the game, Fouad
Go
Yaha.
No, lots of his touches in that first half were dealing with high kicks,
2.
high kicks to the corner.
Deep.
That's an indication of his side,
Go
his
2.
team.
Play the ball, play on.
Oh
Play
wow,
on.
that could have gone the other way as well.
Garcia.
I've seen those given for an incorrect play of the ball.
There is Ben Garcia.
Oh.
He's going to take a while to get
Go
back into
3.
the groove. Just turned 26. He's been out for 6 games
4. Move off the ball.
through injury.
Hold. Go 4.
Plays the ball. Sam Cassiano, the big man,
5. Move.
can't go very far. And there's a penalty.
That's what he's good at. He gets through players, and because he's such a big man to handle,
No.
there's often more than 2, so 3 or 4 bodies are around, and he'll step over those defenders. And Benjamin Garcia asking
good
for
there, Tony.
a bit of a crusher tackle, and the play's gone on, but I didn't notice it when it was happening.
But here's Jason Baitieri.
Ruiz, 1. Wait. Go 1.
And they're bang in front of those posts. Tompkins now. Tompkins puts a little kick in, and it's
Lost. Lost.
almost claimed well by Tuimavave. I thought he'd done a great
Shot
slip
clock on.
fielder's job
Scrum.
there, right down by his toes, but it just got away from him.
Another one of those kicks towards feet, shins, knees.
Max,
There's
boys.
always going to be a ricochet. It makes it almost like
On
a
the goal
pinball. You're never
line.
sure where it's going to end up, but Sam Tompkins
Okay, boys,
taking
back down,
charge,
please.
taking control,
Go line.
knows at the very
Go
least he'll put it
Shot
in the in
clock
goal
on.
earlier,
Out.
and at best he'll get a knock-on and possession as they are now.
Here's Wickley. Matt Wickley for the line, but great defence from Hull, denying the former witness man the try.
Hold
Who's
up.
still trying to put
2
that ball
markers.
down. So Hull on their own try line, as Catalan look to start this second half in positive mood, and that they will with a try from Jason Baitieri. That is a rarity. First of the season for him. And the former France captain just strolled in there, and it was Cassiano doing the donkey work.
Well, let's just take a minute to reflect on the last penalty. Big man, big charge, striding through contact. Therefore, players are attracted to him, so the next time he has the ball, very intelligently catches it 2 or 3 steps forward and passes it to a player in space. Wonderful play from a quality front rower, set up for on the last occasion he had the ball. Might have been a bit of a line ball and line pass. Sam Cassiano and Baitieri, they certainly won't be asking questions, but the thought process behind it was a good one, and the referee happy enough to award the try.
So just as the first half started, Catalan Dragons
1 minute.
immediately getting points on the board and cutting Hull FC's advantage. 14-18.
A good response from the Dragons. They needed, you feel they needed for their own confidence to get a positive result. It might have been a try, it might have been a goal line dropout, it might have been 2 or 3 sets in good field position. Otherwise, they're indisciplined. That Latin temperament that they've got might have started to come to the fore a bit.
And that's gone out on the full.
An unfortunate mistake from the kickoff from Hull FC.
On the full.
So immediately they're backtracking and under pressure.
Get the ball.
And exactly what Lee Radford will have counselled against. The end of that first half, dominant. And immediately they've allowed Catalan just to get a sniff.
Sometimes the worst thing for a team is this.
Play on,
Oh wow!
play on.
They haven't found touch.
Gigo failing to get the ball over the sideline, too greedy with his
1.
distance.
Move. Go on.
And as I was saying, sometimes the worst thing for teams is the half-time hooter. Sometimes the best thing is the half-time hooter. The Dragons have got over the try line on Hull FC. It looked as though they were going to have a period of defending, and here they are with the ball.
Here's Connor Wynn now, and the referee says that's an obstruction, so it's a scrappy start to the second half. Greg Bird out there, grumbling, growling, prowling.
And Greg Bird, I want to say it again, he's such an indicator of where the Catalan Dragons are armed mentally. If he's losing his cool, his team will follow suit. If he's on the front foot, he's looking like he's getting on with his job, as he's doing on this occasion, his teammates will follow suit.
Sicamano with the tackle on the former NRL star Greg Bird. Here is Sam Moa.
Move, go line.
4 seasons with FC.
Don't grab hold of him, Sam.
And here is Gigo. Gigo, little dummy. Bird stumbles as he takes the tackle from Albert Kelly.
Hold.
Kelly starting this one on the bench for the Black and Whites. Here is Jason Baitieri. Good defence again from Hull. Referee cries held. 10 metres out. Catalan Dragons. Sam Moa. Sam Tompkins. Tompkins short ball. Wonderful defence again. Sneed it was with a tackle on Lange. Tompkins fancies it, but again Hull are equal to it, and that'll be the turnover. And look at those Hull supporters in that stand behind them, saluting their side.
Getting right behind their team, and Mark Sneed, not known for his defence, comes up with a decent challenge. And I think it was Samisone Lange then doubles up his efforts against his opposite number in Sam Tompkins.
Move, Sam!
Crucial time this for Hull FC. If they can withstand this Catalan start to the second half, this revved up Catalan start, because Catalan looking to turn the tables. That surely is a penalty. It is.
And it's another one of those that unfortunately players are being allowed to play for it now. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to get out the way, Lucas Albert, of the young fullback, old man's and old heads, the referee. And you're right, Bill. It's not as if they need to score a massive amount of points to just unsettle this Catalan Dragons. They just need to deny them that dominance, and they can almost do that against themselves.
Move, man!
Well, here is Gareth Ellis.
Go on.
Just came out of retirement to help out, and here he is, still going strong, Ellis.
Move, Sam!
And a nice, comfortable coaching job. Bit of admin. Instead, he's in the front line. Kelly now. Kelly, lovely work from Kelly. Tuimavave, but Bird and Gigo there to make the tackle on Carlos Tuimavave. But Albert Kelly really is causing the Catalan Dragons a few problems. Here he is once again, this time the ball on to Hadley. And they're going to go out to that far side, and Faraimo can't take the pass. It went behind him.
Well, I don't know whether that ball was touched.
Shot clock on.
The referee's happy to award the scrum to Catalan. Here it is again, lovely pass through the challenge between two players. But a shift from right to left from Hull FC ends up over the sideline. And it's always interesting when players start to form the scrum. Have a look at the body language, have a look at the communication, who's saying what.
Head and feed to the Catalan Dragons deeper in their own half, and that's where Hull will look to keep them. Of course, all the teams with a busy Easter programme to come, and Hull's includes the derby next Friday, Hull Kingston Rovers.
A one-out carry from Baitieri there, manages to ride and evade the first challenge from Gareth Ellis. Hits and spins and bumps and gains in a couple of meters, but the Dragons players can't do that. Support the ball carrier.
Here's Sam Moa.
Driving
it
into
the Hull defence. Gigo now. Gigo finds Tompkins, does well to evade the clutches of the Hull defenders, but he's retreated really, and Whitley then straightens it up and takes it forward. That's the 5th tackle.
Wait,
See the bottom
go.
of your screen there. He's asking for the ball. Fuad Yaha goes to the other side.
Lucas Albert hoists it towards Faraimo's
No,
wing, but
he stood
the
still. Play
USA international winger is equal to the
on.
task.
Move. Go 1.
And claims the ball.
2. Move. Max,
Dragons
stand with
turn
me.
to defend
Wait,
now.
Wait. Go 2.
And they've compressed that defensive line.
Surrender.
Only a couple of meters
Stand.
between
Go,
each
Chris.
defender.
Penalty to Hull.
Handing at the player the ball. One of those really small infringements. The referee, Chris
Not
Kendall,
clearing the ruck.
as you see there, Benjamin
Matt.
Benjamin Garcia, should I say. There wasn't a hand in.
There was something in.
Go.
Knee.
This is Tompkins just drifting across the field.
Held.
Nothing really
Ruiz,
working
Matt,
for him
back,
there,
Sam,
but
Sam.
Hull
What we get?
with that
Come
penalty.
on, up to your feet.
On the advance now.
2. Move, Sam.
2 tackles gone.
Wait. Go 2.
Ellis plays the ball. Sneed back on the inside to Jack Brown. Great footwork from Brown.
3rd. Move.
Nice footwork
Come on.
and evasion from
Hold,
the young
hold.
man.
Go 3.
Houghton. Sneed now.
No.
Hadley. Cry of
Surrender!
forward from the Catalan ranks.
Stand for. Wait.
Nothing coming in terms
Go
of a
for.
decision in their favour. Ellis.
Fine.
Sneed puts a little grubber kick in. It's a great one, and Griffin will get the try. Or will he?
Time off.
Did Josh Griffin
Tackle
get
4.
that ball
Check
down? What does
grounding,
Chris
please,
Kendall
Scott.
reckon?
Have a try.
Well,
He reckons it's a try.
Grounding.
Yeah, I think he's onside. The referee doesn't want to look at that, just wants to look at the grounding. Does Lewis Tierney do enough? No, that's a try. Beautiful setup. Bodies in motion. Look at the Catalan defenders here. Gareth Ellis involved. Catalan defenders on their heels, waiting to see what Mark Sneed will do. And those edge players in Tierney and Samisoni Lange aren't quick enough, not as quick as the centre for Hull FC, Josh Griffin. And that's a try. Lovely stuff. Gareth Ellis, the presence of him in that line commands the attention. He won't be the first player that's retired, come back from retirement, taking a little part-time job, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, just a little bit of something to keep him occupied. I think that's what he might have had in mind, but those Hull FC fans are delighted that he's out, contributing in the manner that he is. Great stuff.
Sneed's kick, Griffin's try, hat-trick against Salford last weekend, his former club, the 4th of his career, and now a try to follow that in Perpignan. And that puts Hull FC 22-14 ahead. Kick to come from Mark Sneed towards the swimming pool end at Gilbert Brutus. And this mirrors the first half. Catalan, good start. And then Hull compose themselves and turn the tables. Sneed kicks another conversion.
Well, perfect setup from Hull FC. Again, Mark Sneed running laterally, running across the field, not allowing the defenders to either come up or move sideways, and there's a little space that appears, and he's smart enough and skillful enough with that trusty left boot of his just to put the ball in the right place.
8th try of the season then for Josh Griffin. And that's given Hull a bit of breathing space.
They've got it all to do
One.
now.
Move, Jason!
The Catalan Dragons, they've got
Go
the
on.
personnel on the field. Have they got the
He's got
temperament?
2.
It's questionable.
Movement! Hold.
Got to get the ball.
Hold. Go 2.
And here's Jack Logan.
3rd. Move, Jason! Wait. Wait. Go
And they're on their
3.
40 metres line. And this is a great build-up for the derby coming up on Friday.
Move, bang!
For Hull FC, this
Go
performance. Dean Hadley, Sneed's pass.
5.
Lange with the tackle on Griffin.
Wait.
Right on the halfway line.
Give 10 in the middle.
And Sneed drills the ball down the sidelines, and Gigot watches that one fine touch.
Doesn't he do well there, Mark Sneed? He's on the short side.
All up. Shot clock
Drills
on.
the ball to the floor,
the
knowing
same
that
to the
once
touchline.
it's hit the floor, if it drifts
Not the same
over
to
the
the touchline.
sideline,
Dead
it's
ball
only
has
ever going to
different
be
Don't
a
have to hold it
scrum.
bounds.
Good kick,
If he's over the
good
line,
game
he's grabbed
management.
it. On the touchline, it's different.
I mentioned Easter. Well, it's a busy time, and it begins on Thursday at 6:45 on Sky Sports Arena with a farewell to Eddie Hemmings, the voice of rugby league, hanging up
boys,
the
let's go.
microphone on Good Friday. And
10
then
seconds.
the action starts
Wait,
with
Lucas.
the Castleford Tigers
Shot
against
clock on,
Wakefield
Foley.
Trinity, 7:30
Out.
on Sky Sports Arena on Thursday evening. Hull FC against Hull Kingston Rovers
One.
then on Good Friday,
Move.
12:40 on
Wait,
Sky
wait.
Sports Arena for
Wait.
that one.
Go on.
And Wigan against Saints, Good Friday, 2:45 on Arena for that one. And on Easter Monday, we'll round things off with the Castleford Tigers
Go,
travelling to Perpignan to take on the Catalan Dragons. Catalan have a Friday fixture in London
Move.
ahead of them.
Wait.
Thursday, I beg your pardon,
Wait. Go first.
for that one. And then they've got Castleford at home, and then they're
Move,
away to
Josh.
St Helens.
Hold.
Hull
Hold.
with Hull Kingston Rovers to come on Good Friday. Then they're
Hull.
at Saints, and then they've got Wakefield at home. Catalan get the penalty.
Well, that's a bad penalty to give away. Josh
Not doing
Griffin
it.
involved in that tackle. Matt Whitley, hasn't he been a good acquisition for the Catalan Dragons? Quietly gets on with his work. Doesn't do all the glamorous stuff like Sam Tompkins, one of the other close season signings, but he's just as
Hold.
influential.
Another
On the
penalty
ball.
to
Hand
the
off that
Catalan
ball.
Dragons.
Come on.
Sam Moore
Max here.
with those bumpers off. Just bats off one of the defenders,
ball.
Dean Hadley.
Remy Casti, but Casti runs into some big
Go on.
defence from Hull FC, and I think
Fine, on.
Gareth Ellis was at the heart of it, but they're going to need to come up with some big defence here now, because here's Braden Williami, but they're shepherding him towards the
Go on.
sidelines. He's
Go
kept
on,
the ball
two.
alive, and he's done well there. It's in the hands of
Hold,
Fuad
go,
Yaha.
two.
And down the short side they go with
First.
Gigo, but again
Move,
Kelly
Albert.
and Houghton with
Go,
the tackling. Danny Houghton, again the top tackler for Hull FC this season. He was last season, he was the season before that. He has been
Move,
since
go
the dawn of
wide.
time.
Wait.
Well, since Lee
Strap
Radford
it
was
in.
playing. I think Radford was
Go
the last
for.
man to be the top tackler. They're going to have to be top tacklers now, because Ben Garcia has marked his return to the side with a try under the posts.
Not you.
He's up to the play the ball.
Ellis protesting, Garcia hobbling. Catalan, though, have hit back.
Well, over on that left side, the Catalan Dragons, I felt sure they were going in touch through Braden Williami. They got through and managed to offload the ball. And Benjamin Garcia, he's made a huge difference, hasn't he? Not just with those tries. He's looking after the play of the ball, limping back to his position on the field. Defensively, he's looking to get involved in as many things as he can. But here he is. He knows that Gareth Ellis is the wrong side of the play of the ball. Gareth Ellis, and he's saying
Ball, cheers.
that the person that played the ball obstructed him from making that tackle.
That's what he was fuming about. Tompkins converts, and this really is building up to a great finish in this game.
I'm not sure. Gareth Ellis, who's a very wily, experienced customer, I'm not sure he was impeded by Julian Busquet. It might just have been the fact that he was too big. Yeah, his ankle and his leg goes underneath him when Gareth Ellis is trying to pull him back when he's scoring that try.
Wait.
That is a blow for the Dragons. Ben Garcia just back in the side after 6 out, and he's hobbling from the field.
Okay.
20-24 in Perpignan.
One. Move, Gareth, off the ball.
And that is Jack Brown upending Sam Moore.
Well, the young players that have
Two.
come in are no
Move,
respecters
Dean.
of reputation.
Go, two.
They're just getting stuck in.
Third.
Terrific
Move,
stuff.
get square.
Here is Tierney
Go,
now. Didn't
three.
like something in the tackle there from Hadley. Hadley getting a late, very
Four.
late call into the
Move,
side because
Jordan.
of Joe Westerman's unavailability.
Go for.
Here is Alrix da Costa, denied a try in the first half, the
Five.
hooker.
Move.
That's the fifth
Go
tackle. Lucas Albert hoists a high hanging kick. Faraimo comes for it, he spills it, it's gone backwards, so has he, but now he turns and goes forward, and Jake Connor comes forward, and Connor hands off the first challenge, but Tierney comes back and gets a hold of him.
Well, Lucas Albert must be the highest kicker of the rugby league ball in the game. It's always up in the air for 2-3 seconds, and it's moving all over the place. Luckily, Hull FC managed to deal with it.
Move now!
And as they've done all game, throwing caution to the wind, almost getting a break on the edge.
4. Move, Sam!
Kelly trying to engineer a break up the middle. That'd be an interesting debate, wouldn't it? Who kicks the ball the highest in Super League?
Well,
I think there'll be some challenges.
My money's on Lucas Albert. Danny Brough would be right up there as well.
5. Move! Go 5.
Hang time, it's crucial. Hang time from Sneed across field.
Play on.
And it's into the arms of Fuad Yaha. Jack Logan makes the tackle right on that Catalan try line.
Go on.
Fuad Yaha, one of those players that when he gets near the try line, so difficult to stop. We saw him in that game against Leeds when he scored 4 tries. He's had no such luck today.
Third. Move.
He's had to do the majority of his work coming away from his own line. Tompkins trying to lead his team upfield.
Gives the ball, literally hands it to Samisoni Langi, who is then pounced on by a trio of Hull defenders.
Looked like Sam Tompkins was playing past the parcel then, didn't it?
Go 4. 40.
40-20.
40-20, is it? I thought he was just outside it. It hasn't got the legs, and Connor Wynn is back there to retrieve the ball.
1.
Whitley trying to shepherd him towards the sidelines, but the 18-year-old fullback goes to ground. Faraimo now. The Catalan supporters trying to lift their side into the final quarter of the game. Hull ahead 24-20. Strong drive from Mark Minichiello.
Move, Remy!
3 tackles gone. The ball's come free and they get the penalty. And look at the irate Catalan supporters in that main stand.
Well, that has been brewing for about 2 or 3 sets of 6. You can see that those Catalan defenders, one low, one clamping the ball, and then they're trying to put the player to ground, and you can see elbows, forearms in faces.
So a relieving penalty takes Hull FC well into Catalan territory. Here's Jordan Thompson now.
Held!
Back in the side, having missed the win at Salford. Thompson named in the front row for this one because of the absentees. Jordan Lane. Lane gets the pass away to Wynn. Wynn just steps out of the first tackle. Gets the pass away, does ever so well there. Houghton. Now it's with Sneed. Sneed flips the ball out. Connor, lovely hands for Faraimo for the line. What a try from Hull FC. And Beretta Faraimo finishes it off. But the final pass shows why Jake Connor is so crucial to this Hull side.
Magnificent try. The trust, the ability, the skills of these players when everything's up against them, facing adversity, to find the offloads. There was one from Jordan Lane, a tackle or so before that. Thompson involved, Mark Sneed with a bullet pass, and Jake Connor makes it impossible because he's looking one way. Look, when he catches this ball, he's looking at the player, passes it behind his back, and those players, those fans over on that far side are questioning the validity of that pass. Was it forward? Robert Elston.
Cheers, Paul.
Having to be very diplomatic.
As I asked the question, I thought he nodded his head. I don't think he can hear me. We're quite a distance away from him here. But wonderful skill from this black and white team. Just goes to show, so important when a coach fills his side with confidence and says, listen lads, just get out there, have a go.
I think that's displeasure from the Catalan supporters traces back to the penalty as Sneed pushes that kick just wide of the posts. Didn't see the flags, but looked as though it missed. marginally. But I think it was that penalty they were unhappy about.
Well, they're unhappy full stop, because on paper, this Catalan side should be wiping the floor with their opposition, with 2 debutants, 18-year-olds, 2 37-year-olds.
6 front rowers missing. Instead, Hull FC are absolutely playing above their weight at the moment.
15 minutes left in this game. When I looked at the team sheets, when I considered how this game might pattern out, I thought that the final quarter would be all down to the players available, in terms of have they got fit players available, both teams, the experience and energy. When we started the game, the bench was more experienced in the Catalan shirts. Will that play out? I'm not so sure now. The black and whites, they're on the front foot, and the enthusiasm and energy is all in the young legs of the Hull FC players.
That's just a knock-on under no great pressure.
Danny Houghton jumping out. Yeah, and he should do better than that, Albert Kelly.
Time off, you've got to stay in that
Catalan
formation.
do have a problem with Ben Garcia limping from the field.
Shot clock still running.
Whether he'll be able to return is another question.
Absolutely, that takes one of those interchanges away, so more players could be called upon.
Shot clock off! Out,
big travelling army in the Hull FC camp. They're getting behind the team, who are in front at the minute.
Mark.
Here's Samisoni Langi. Da Costa back on there. Matt Whitley. Sign from the Widnes Vikings. Whitley, big move for him. Big season, just become a dad. Gets a penalty for his side. And immediately it's tapped, and it's in the hands of the captain, Remy Casti, who drives it towards those Hull FC posts. The Hull FC supporters behind those posts, urging their side on and delighting in another Catalan error. Or was there a hand in there from Hull?
Mark Sneed goes for the interception. He knows what's coming. He's almost got it in his hand, but the force of the pass from Tompkins, when it hits the hand of Mark Sneed, means it just ricochets off that left hand. And I don't know whether that's a little bit of cramp from Mark Sneed.
Okay, boys, let's put this scrum down.
Some interesting tattoos on Shaw.
Okay, let's go.
Jake Connor with the
shot clock shouldn't be on. The shot clock should not be on.
And it has
Turn
been
the shot clock off.
A really tigerish performance from this Hull FC side.
Out, time back on.
But they're under pressure here. Here is Greg Bird. Kelly, Jordan Lane in there with the tackle.
Wait, Jordan.
Dean Hadley as well. They need to withstand this pressure, and big Sam Cassiano drives it in and gets a penalty, takes it quickly. There was a little
discipline's got to improve.
Ankle tap there.
Remember what happened last time? He drew a penalty and then he put a delicate pass in Cassiano.
Movement!
Busquets takes the first tackle.
Go,
Da Costa. Da Costa short pass over the top, and Fuad Yaha well getting in the corner. Kelly could not deny him.
Check touch.
Touch judge stands his ground. Chris Kendall says check touch. Or did Kelly just manage to nudge the wingman into play and deny him his 6th try of the season?
We have seen this a few times, and he's past Fuad Yaha. You can see that he's sliding in. He's got enough room, but his knees are on the floor. That's the reason it appears that he might have gone over the sideline. There's nothing wrong with that for me, but he does have that habit. Lots of players, lots of wingers in the Super League in that scenario will choose to elevate the body up in the air, get the ball closer to the ground, get a good grip on it and get the ball down first. That's the priority, not sliding in at the corner. But that will keep the natives happy. They're still behind on the scoreboard, still with a little bit more work to do. And there might be a few more twists and turns in this match, yes.
Ball over the top, into the arms of Fuad Yaha, in for his 6th try of the season. That's 3 home games in a row he's scored in now.
Yeah.
But it's given Sam Tompkins a very difficult conversion.
I'd back him here, right-footed.
And you have lost.
I would back him to miss, was the rest of the sentence.
Couldn't tip reference.
No. Well, I tipped Catalan Dragons to win this game. I looked at those team sheets and thought that Catalan Dragons are too much class in their side not to get a home victory with the strength and confidence they've got at home. We've only seen them lose once, and that was that shellacking against the Salford Red Devils. But they've got some work to do here if they want the victory.
24-28 then. Hull will have to show their mettle because Sam Cassiano is on the charge. But Catalan will be desperate now. Hull just need to keep their composure. Here is Braden Williami. I think he's gone into his shell a little bit since that incident in the first half of that tackle that saw him sin-binned.
Yeah, I agree. That's a nice carry from Remy Casti. The meter makers are coming to the fore now. Get us forward, big men. That's what those half-backs are saying.
So Hull wrestling desperately to drive Cassiano back. 4 tackles gone. Here comes another of the big guns. Busquets.
Ruiz, go for Danny.
Da Costa. Gigo, they're running it. Here is Tompkins. Tompkins put a little kick in, will chase it himself. It's a good kick as well, and Wynn's got work to do here. There's nowhere for him to go.
Well, Bill, that could be a game breaker. That Sam Tompkins, playing in the halves today, kicks that ball left-footed. Normally a right-footer. Multi-skilled, multi-talented, but not only does he put the kick in, he chases hard. Young bull, old bull, and the young bull manages to get away, but the teammates that Tompkins has at the side of him, Ledrax, have got a goal line dropout and some more possession.
I mentioned all the front rowers missing, but of course Jamie Shaw missing for Hull FC as well, and
he hasn't let anybody down. Connor Wynn, though.
No, I'm sure.
Great signs for the future in the youth development.
I'm sure Jamie Shaw will be impressed with his young deputy's effort in this game. 18 years of age, second appearance.
He's done quite a bit of work with him this week as well. I read in the Hull Daily Mail that the advice he was giving the young man was very much valued.
Gigo for Remy Casti, sorry Barry, but Casti is on the charge here. And Catalan are pressing now. Hull on their own try line. Da Costa. Here is Tompkins. Tompkins for Gigo. Williami now. Williami will take him on. Oh, couldn't slip the pass to Fuad Yaha. Tumavavi with the tackle. 3 gone. Little grubber kick comes through. The ball ricochets off the post and it's picked up. And it's Griffin who's got to that ball first. It could have gone anywhere then.
A measured kick from Tony Gigo, left-footed, aiming at the post pad. But 3 tackles gone, and Hull FC working desperately to get further upfield before they get to the end and put the kick in.
So that's good work from Faraimo, but what they wouldn't give for a penalty now.
Gone 10.
Tumavave.
4.
Busquets flirting with danger there. Nice scooting run from Connor Wynn.
I'll tell you what, if you squinted a little bit, you'd think that was Jamie Shaw, the way he's picking up from acting half back there.
And Sneed drills a kick downfield, and that
20
finds touch.
20.
Unfortunate, because just finds touching goal. It almost perfect. That
just the wrong side of the sideline. Here's that shift and that kick from Tony Gigo. He aims for that post pad.
0.
Do you reckon?
Yes, aims for the post pad because he knows it's going to rebound and ricochet and come back. I'm saying he aims for it. He's not guaranteed to hit it, but I'd be confident he's aiming for it.
Tierney, 8 minutes on the clock. Hull protecting this lead, just 4 points in it. Looking for another away win. And here is Casti leading by example, the Catalan captain.
What a player he is at 34, knows exactly what he's doing.
Tompkins now, again kicks into the corner. This one too strong.
20.
Whitley chasing
in the
it.
Middle. In the middle.
Half a metre too strong from Tompkins. But Hull FC, you can see them now. Mark Sneed, Old Head. Take your time, lads. Let's slow it down. Enjoy possession.
Fuad Yaha, it looks as though he's left the field. He doesn't appear to have,
0.
since he scored that try, been fully fit, because he hasn't chased a couple of those kicks.
No.
Or he hasn't chased them at any great pace. Here is Faraimo.
1. Go, 1.
Second half try scorer for Hull FC, who lead 28-24 up to the halfway line with Jack Logan.
Go, 2.
Twimavave. Oh, he's upended by Greg Bird. Dominant, says referee Chris Kendall. You're telling me.
All to do with the hips, that tackle. Hips don't go above the head, so that's a perfectly legal tackle.
Stand.
Hadley.
Go 4.
Houghton. Minicello, the dummy runner.
Outside.
Kelly hoists a kick into the sunshine.
Play on.
And back goes Braden Williame. Made that one look ever so easy, did the Fijian international Williame.
Go 1.
Williame playing, it looks like on the wing. Whitley in the centre. There's a huge effort from Hadley.
Me. Wait.
Dean Hadley
Wait.
up quick.
Go 2.
It was nearly Headley. Here is Samisoni
Nearly
Headley.
headless.
Move, Dean. Not square marker.
Tompkins, Benjamin
Gone
Julien.
10.
Julien
Gone 10.
playing ducks and drakes with the Hull defenders.
Held. Go 4.
Referee has no option but to penalise Hull there. Houghton really didn't look in a hurry to get out the way.
And there's another one of those.
At the back of the ruck, Danny.
There you go, head
I
and
understand
hips.
what you're
That's
saying.
the reason the referee doesn't blow his whistle there. And Sam
Tony Max
Tompkins, wily old character, knows what he's doing. I'm sure there are plenty of people scratching their heads at home thinking, why is that in the rule book? But it is. The players know how to utilise it. And Remy cast it, as he's done all afternoon.
1.
Head
Move,
down,
Josh.
making those meters,
Wait.
finding field
Wait.
position.
Go 1.
Now, have Hull FC got enough resilience?
Or is Tony Gigo going to find a way through? But a great tackle from Connor Wynn there on his opposite number. But here comes Cassiano. Cassiano flings the pass away. Whitley will get the try to level the scores. Or has he?
Time off.
Catalans celebrate, but Chris Kendall has
Scores
not awarded the
tackle 2.
try.
I have no try.
No try, he says.
Please, mate.
Now then, what's he looking for? Obstruction?
Obstruction is what he sent it up to look against. Big Sam Cassiano carting the ball forward. Bird goes through the line. For me, that's okay. Bird goes through the line. He doesn't obstruct deliberately a defender.
You said no try on Matt Whitley. Not sure, mate.
Well, there's that nice little delicate pass. I think it's Bousquet that puts that pass in. That's a bad read from me, from Twimavave. He anticipates that Greg Bird is going to get that ball. He rolls the dice.
Yeah.
He goes for that player. Bird carries on through the line. I think if the Dragons are denied this, they're unlucky.
But Scott Mikalauskas has got the say on this. And the try is refused. Fury in Perpignan. The crowd absolutely
Guys, back up.
enraged by that decision.
Wow. Wow.
No try for Matt Whitley.
Big call. It's very difficult to know what else Greg Bird can do. He's at the side of the ball carrier. He goes through the line. Those are the instructions that the rule book asks those support players to follow. It's just the bounce of luck that the Hull FC side needed. My word, they've worked so hard during this match when everything's gone against them. They've handled that pressure. They're in front on the scoreboard with less than 5 minutes to go. If you'd have given that before the start of the game, they'd have taken it.
Move, Remy!
Wow, Scott Mikalauskas, the video ref, deciding that there was obstruction there and that Matt Whitley try, which would have levelled the scores, did not count. And Hull FC just 4 minutes away from a famous away win, another away win, their 5th away win in succession. They'll stay fifth in the table if they can see out the last few minutes in Perpignan and claim the victory that looked so unlikely when you heard their team news before the game.
Well, this ball has to go over the sideline from Mark Sneed.
And Sneed obliges.
As it does. Walk to the scrum. Use the shot
clock. Shot clock on.
Or the scrum clock, as the players are starting to term it.
Time. We need to bind. We need to bind.
And in the last 5 minutes...
We need to bind properly. Time off.
Referee eventually calls time off.
Ulrich, you've got to stay there. You've got to stay there.
There has to be more urgency in the last 5 minutes. The Catalan Dragons players, understandably, showing more urgency.
Head in. Heads in.
They'll get another couple of goals at the ball, the Dragons. They need to keep the composure. And the black and whites, the Hull FC side, they need to show plenty of nerve.
Move, Danny! Wait, go on.
Here is Greg Bird, whose run
move!
was deemed to have obstructed the Hull defenders. Here is Casti now. Jordan Thompson with the tackle. Houghton around the legs. Hadley up top. Busquet now. Busquet, Tompkins to Lucas Albert. The crowd rises as Tierney gets the ball, cuts back in field, but is cut down by Jake Connor. 4 tackles gone. Samisoni Langi. The ball loops back in field to Sam Cassiano, to Busquet, but Houghton was down round the ankles. Gigot, here is Cassiano! The ball goes to ground.
Is it play on?
Well, Jack Logan can't get out of trouble.
No, it wasn't, mate.
Well, the offload
it wasn't, Jake.
Is kicked before it's knocked on, according to the referee. I don't know. I would question the challenge from Lucas Albert. But the offload from Sam Cassiano around his back. As we watch it again, here you go, he flicks it.
Hits his chin.
It hits his chin, and before it hits the floor, he kicks it. The referee is okay with it. Some of those decisions have gone with, some of them have gone against the Catalan Dragons. I'm still replaying that no try in my mind. I still can't find a reason to disallow it. It looks like a wrong call for me.
Well, it's the one that the Hull FC supporters know matters, and here is Remy Casti. Can they withstand this pressure in the last couple of minutes?
Go on.
Da Costa. Here is Julian Busquet. The Hull supporters, that end of the ground, urging their team on.
Hold, go to.
Da Costa again. Here is Cassiano. Tompkins, Bird once more. Kelly with the tackle. 3 tackles gone. They're on their own try line. Tompkins. Here is Cassiano. Sam Cassiano has got that ball down. Cassiano has got that try, I reckon. But you wouldn't take anything for granted in this game.
I agree with you, Bill. Sam Cassiano, huge man mountain that he is, with 3-4 players around him, gets that ball down. There's the evidence. You can understand Chris Kendall sending it up to the video referee. He's the other side. He doesn't know. All he does see is that ball bounce when he gets eventually round to the right side. I think there's a little bit of rugby league justice in that try. And look at the fans on their feet. Oh my goodness, they've had the money's worth today.
I think the cameramen are excited as well in Perpignan. This time the try counts. This time it's cheers from the Catalan supporters at that decision. And the score's a level.
Sam Tompkins at the middle of it. Gives an early ball to Cassiano, who breaks the tackle of Dean Hadley. Has a look at the line. Look at him now. Breaking tackles, pushing off players, and uses his own body weight against the defenders who just simply can't handle him. What pressure on this kick. Now I would back him to get it.
This to put the Catalan Dragons in front with just over a minute to go.
But Imagine if I'm wrong, and imagine.
Le Pointe Golden.
I was just trying to read my translation of French for said action.
Tompkins, a puff of the cheeks for Sam Tompkins, who has made himself a favourite with the Catalan supporters already since he joined the club. And there is another significant 2 points from Sam Tompkins to put the home side narrowly in front. And the chairman on his feet, but he knows they're not home and dry yet.
Absolutely not, and Hull FC deserve something. This is where the debate of the golden point.
Not even a minute to go, I beg your pardon. Not even that.
It's not gone 10 in this quarter.
And the penalty will go to FC.
It's not gone 10 in this quarter.
Because...
Wow.
No, I don't need to make. That's the call, isn't it?
So the Catalan Dragons player...
That's the call.
Willie Arme has come and cleared that ball.
Yeah.
It's about the ball has not gone 10.
The ball has not gone 10, even though Willie Arme, when he approaches that ball, is the other side of the line. As we watch the replay of it, Willie Arme
Stay behind the
is
kick.
the right side of the line, catches the ball and lands over the side of the line. Now then, Mark Sneed to draw the game and take this game into...
It's golden point. It's all on Sneed. It's the halfway line.
I'd back him to get it as well.
The Hull supporters at that end of the ground to the left, behind their team, will be urging this ball towards those posts. Will be blowing this ball between those uprights. This to level matters. What drama in Perpignan as Sneed steps up, hits this one, and hits the target. 30 points apiece. Hull supporters celebrate.
Well, delight from the Hull FC fans, delight. Short kick-off, inch perfect from the kick-off. The gamble from Braden Willie Arme. And quality goal kickers, I'm talking about people of the likes of Mark Sneed, dream of occasions like that. Give me the ball with the game in the balance and let me determine the outcome.
Sneed has kicked one golden point winner already for Hull, that in the victory
left to right.
Wigan.
So
you've got to fancy
We've seen
Hull could pinch this.
We've seen 2 golden points, haven't we? And the team that has received the ball with their first set of 6, Leeds Rhinos included through Brad Dwyer, have chosen to drop a goal from wherever they were on the field. So, who's won the toss? Who's going to receive the ball? The answer to the second question is Catalan Dragons. Defence is so important. Restrict the meters that the Dragons make. And the quality of skill of those drop goal players. And that will come into question as well.
Well, if Catalan get within range, who's it going to be? Gigot, who kicked a drop goal against Warrington in that 23-22 win, or Sam Tompkins?
Stay behind.
No slouch.
Either or.
Or will it be, or could it be Lucas Albert?
Well,
no, it might be a Brad Dwyer figure at Alrix da Costa. They've gone for touch. And Greg Bird looks to the skies. What inspired thinking that is for Hull FC.
Well, that's the second kick that they've got a result from Hull FC.
Sam, step back, please.
Tompkins cannot believe it. Greg Bird can't believe it. They know the writing is on the wall now.
Look at the body language on those Dragons players. They know advantage is with Hull FC.
Head and feet at the scrum, because Catalan were not alert to stop that ball finding touch.
And don't be surprised if this drop goal comes on tackle 2, tackle 3. They won't wait till the last. They're in position now.
1,
Will they go for it now? They've got a plane to catch. They need this ball between the posts. It is Sneed, it's not.
He's a left foot
Just now, yeah.
Move, square and marker.
Sneed has lined things up. They're getting still closer with Thompson.
Move, get
now
square.
surely the kick must come.
Wait.
Houghton,
Go free.
back to Sneed. Sneed to win the game. The whole players celebrate. The whole fans behind those posts celebrate. Catalans sink to their knees. They thought they'd won it. They reckoned without the boot of Mark Sneed. Jubilation among the travelling supporters. Desolation among the Catalan Dragons. And the Catalan Dragons have been denied by this gallant, there is no other word for it, Hull side, who just would not go away.
Well, there you go. That's the left boot of the Man United fan, Mark Sneed. Keen football fan. Well, his feet, his football skills, and his skills with the ball have given his side a valuable victory, not just because of the players that are injured, but notoriously it's one of the most difficult places to go, and Gareth Ellis adding that strength of character. Albert Kelly